fantastic job, but they don't just do flooring. We're going to talk about some other things that we also get involved with. So I have Jennifer here, and I want you to just kind of explain a little bit about your background, H&H Flooring, how you all got started, some of the things that you all are involved in here in the Chattanooga area.
Okay, hello everyone. Thanks for having me. And we are a locally owned flooring store in Chattanooga, technically in the Hickson area. We do, like Wendy said, all things flooring. We have a great selection of products. We meet or beat any competitor pricing if you're comparing apples to apples. And the big thing about us is we are a licensed contractor. So we are licensed and fully insured to do major remodels. We can replace a rotten subfloor. We really can do anything from the ground up as far as interior work. We carry a lot of different products, from engineered wood to luxury vinyl, which everyone is familiar with.
We have some of these products
yes.
here, all the different styles and different colors. Gosh, this is really kind of heavy.
Yes, that's a really
so what
thick,
is this one right here,
product.
Jennifer? These, I see this a lot in even new construction. Is this the LVP
Yes.
flooring? Okay.
This is an LVP product. This is one that they actually call loose lay, so it can be loose laid. We recommend gluing it, but it is a really thick commercial rated
I like
LVP.
all the different styles and different colors.
Lots of great colors, very durable. But yeah, we offer that, and we do commercial work as well. If you have, small businesses, we loved working with, small businesses. We've done a lot of work for churches.
I've seen a lot of the things that they've done. I love watching for your social media. You'll post some pictures of before and after, and I'm always just amazed at the transformation that comes about, especially even in the commercial buildings, because I own commercial. And so I think I do have a product like this that I just put in on the bridal side. I've got a bridal boutique on one side, and that was one of the things that she had picked out. So go ahead.
So one of the other products that we have, this is a really
this is
hot product right now. It's an engineered wood. It is 5/8 of an inch thick. Beautiful product. It's a white oak, very long lengths, wide boards. But the beauty of this is that it can be refinished up to 2 times. So you're getting a really quality, stable product that you can still refinish. A lot of people where we live.
Look at the back of that. Let's see that.
There's
see
a
how
room
that
scene.
kind of looks, what it looks like in.
Yeah.
And then look how thick this is.
Yes, it's 5/8 of an inch thick.
Yeah, that's a fantastic product.
Yes. But that is very popular because where we live, a lot of people are used to having solid hardwood, and they run into issues with it cupping. You got to be really particular about keeping humidity levels right, doing all the things right. We all love solid hardwood. It's timeless. But this is all wood, but yet you do not have to worry, if it's installed properly, about all of the moisture issues like with solid hardwood. So it's just very stable because it's layers of wood pressed together, glued together, versus a solid piece. So you don't get that movement that you get with solid wood.
Yeah, because I'll sometimes be walking through a house and it'll have the hardwood. And then all of a sudden you'll be like, you'll hear a click, 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 click. So with this being thicker like that, and I guess that wood may not have been laid properly is one of the things I'm hearing you say. Yeah. Right. So let me ask you something, because this is something that I hear from sellers and buyers. A lot of times, even when I list a property, they've got the soft wood, the real hardwood, and they've had little pets. Okay. And you can see the little scratches, and it scratches really easily. How does this stand up to like what we would see the hardwood that you saw in even like the early 2000s? And
yes,
so how does this stand
it's going to hold up much better. So the finishes they have on these products now is phenomenal. It has several coats of aluminum oxide, other finishes like commercial grade finishes. So it's going to last. I'm not going to say you can't scratch it, because you can scratch concrete.
Right.
But it is going to be very durable, more than, a lot of the 90s and early 2000s hardwood finishes. They would do minimal coats of polyurethane, and they've really upped the bar on that.
Okay. So is that a flooring also that you would recommend, like we saw in the back of the picture? Let's say you put it in a kitchen or a bathroom and you were to have a toilet leak or a dishwasher. I've seen that.
Yep.
I just had a listing where it's vacant. My little folks had already moved out. They got relocated, and all of a sudden, an agent comes in there and the dishwasher has leaked. So it's
Yeah.
ruined all of that
Mm-hmm.
floor. So this is something that's kind of durable.
It is. So with this product, it's still going to be susceptible to
Right,
major water, but topical water, the dog spills his water bowl, you clean it up in a reasonable amount of time,
right.
you're going to be fine. But the other nice thing about it, if you were to have a toilet leak, if you have a few boards get damaged, you could replace this easily versus
Okay.
a floor that's been sanded and finished.
Yeah,
Then
you
you're
almost
getting
have to do the
into
whole floor.
exactly,
And that's what
yes,
we found out with this house
yep.
is it ended up being a whole room instead of just a section. Um, well, that's fantastic to
Yeah,
know.
it
It's
is a great product. We sell a lot of it. A lot of our builders are using that in their homes, the higher end builders, and they love it because you really get long board lengths too with
mm-hmm.
that. But another thing I wanted to mention is that we are also doing remodeling a lot heavier
That was
now.
going to be my next
Yeah,
question. So, some of the things where people may just want to get the whole new floor, but you know what? Once you fix one thing, the shiny dime starts showing all the other.
exactly.
So, tell me a little bit more as far as like, okay, let's say we wanted to redo a kitchen.
Hmm.
What all do you all get involved in as far as the kitchen remodel? To the extent like we want all new countertops, we want new cabinets, we want walls taken out, we want to open it up to another area. Where
Yeah.
where do you all go
So
with that?
we can do all of that. You are welcome to come into the showroom first and look at products. We can go out and measure. We work with a local cabinet company we partnered with.
Okay.
Beautiful cabinets, all kinds of countertops. And the other thing that we have that I don't know that a lot of companies have, but we have two degreed interior designers on
Oh,
staff,
fantastic.
and they will do the 3D color renderings,
Oh,
so
that's
we can
awesome.
actually, it is impressive. I can't do it, but it's very impressive
Okay.
and it's
So they
very
can
helpful.
see
They
what
will
their product
see,
is going to look like
they'll
in their
see a
room.
towel bar hanging in their bathroom.
Okay.
I mean,
So
it's
that's awesome.
very specific, very detailed. They pick their tile, their flooring. The girls, the young ladies put it all together. And it's a beautiful rendering of what you're going to see, what your space is going to be like.
I love that. I
Mm-hmm.
love that because
Yep.
there's not everyone's not visual.
Yes.
I mean, I know that from
Agreed.
working with buyers,
Yeah.
right? You go into a home that's maybe dated or needs some cosmetic stuff, and they're like, I
Right.
just can't see this being any different. So
Yeah.
that's awesome that you can do that and be able to change their
Yes.
perspective of what they're putting their money toward.
Yeah. Because it's hard when you're talking about a complete bath
Mm-hmm.
remodel or kitchen. There's so many
Oh
components.
my goodness,
They
yes.
because that way they can literally see light fixtures, the finish on their faucet handles. I mean, you can see everything. But we help with all of that. I mean, we
Right.
do all of that. Like we will go out, do a complete, measurement, do an inspection of
I
everything, see
love
what all
that.
needs to
It's
be
like a one-stop
done.
shop with you
Well,
guys.
that's why we got into that
Right.
seriously, because
Right.
so many people would come to us and they want flooring, but then they want this wall taken out or they want new cabinets, and
So you were able to
it's one
build all that.
source. Yeah.
Right. Well, and that's good because a lot of times when you have too many hands in the mix of things, this person may work this way, this person may work this way, and then things aren't aligned the way, you know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
that's really good that you can provide that service if someone's wanting to redo a whole room,
Yep.
not just the flooring.
Yeah.
So,
And we've got some really talented project managers that stay there throughout the duration of the project, and they're up to snuff on everything, and they really make things go smoothly. They're very, very talented.
so let me ask you this: like, let's say I put a home on the market and it's something that was built in the 90s or 2000, and they're like, you know what, we want to do some remodel before we actually put it on the market because we want to capitalize on our sales
Hmm.
price. So if I were to reach out to you guys, almost like what is the turnaround time? I know you're probably super busy because I see all the work that you're doing around Chattanooga. and I see your signs in people's yards, and I
Yeah.
know when I get to that house, okay, Bill and Jennifer's been here.
Yep.
These floors are going to be fantastic, right?
Oh, thank
So
you.
if for some reason I had a seller, or maybe I've got someone that's thinking about selling, but they're like, you know what, it's really not the right time. We're not going to sell. We just want to redo some things, stay here for a little bit. You
Yeah.
know, if I were to reach out to you guys about how quickly do you think we could do a turnaround or something like that?
So, the first step is getting us to come out and do a measurement and,
Okay.
look at the space. That's usually a few days to a week. But as
Okay.
far as, the demolition, the install of new flooring, or anything else that might need to be done, depending on the project, but you could
Right.
be as little as 2 weeks to maybe 4 weeks. But I mean, we have multiple crews that work for us.
Mm-hmm.
So we usually can respond pretty quickly.
Okay. Yeah, I did notice when we were talking earlier, you said that you all built, what did you say, 26 different
Yes.
employees? So, I mean, they've got the tools, they've got the resources,
Yes.
they've got the people, and they've got all of the products that you would want to redo your home. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's fantastic.
Yes.
All right. Well, what's the best way that people can reach out to you? Contact information. If they, of course, they can come to me first, and I'm going to
Yes.
refer them to
Yes.
you. But if they wanted to just reach you, what's the best way that they can find you?
Yeah, so you are welcome to come to our shop in Hickson. We're at 4744 Adams Road. That's kind of the cross street between Hickson Pike and Hamel Road, if you're familiar with the area. Check out our website, hhflooringllc.com. And then our phone number is 423-498-2200. And we're happy to help. We're, look forward to working with you guys and hope to see you soon.
All right, fantastic. And I'm Wendy Stott with Keller Williams. So if you are thinking about purchasing a home, or you're thinking about taking capitalization in this market and selling your home, you can reach me at 423-718-1350, or you can go to my website at brunerstottrealtors.com. We hope to see you soon, and thank you for your time today.
Thank you.